Alright, anyone got some of those set 5 leaks? Well, here's a picture of all the combined, like, spoilers they had that they posted on Twitter. It's like all in one picture, kind of cool. But let's get into the real thing. I know what you guys are all here for. So these are all the traits and champions for set 5. So pretty much this sheet is too nice to be false, if you get what I mean. Same with the leak in set 3. I leaked the set 3 stuff as well. And I'm going to leak it because I didn't get invited to the preview, so I didn't sign any documents, so like there's no reason not to leak this. But let's get into all the traits and all the champions because this is actually kind of pretty cool. So first off, Forgotten, just like how Riot forgot to invite me to the set 5 preview, Forgotten champions have bonus health and damage. Each shadow item worn by a Forgotten champion increases the bonus by 10% on all Forgotten champions, stacking up to 5 times. So I guess there's a thing called shadow items. We'll have to find out what that is when the game comes out. But let's look at the champions. I think this is Vayne, Warwick. This is definitely Hecarim, Thresh. I don't know quite who this is. Someone says it's Victor, Katarina, Draven, Ryze, and Viego. So what I am disappointed about this is that Underworld Twisted Fate is not here. Twisted Fate is one of my favorite champions, and I thought it'd be really cool if he got reintroduced. So Underworld Twisted Fate, he has the same color scheme as these top guys, but he is not there, so unfortunate there. So if I had to guess, Vayne, Hecarim, Thresh, and Katarina are all going to be the same as they were before. Draven's probably going to be the same as he was in set 1, so the new champions, maybe Warwick's the same as he was in set 1 as well. So the new champions would be Victor, Ryze, and Viego. We've never seen Ryze or Viego before, so that'd be really, really cool. On to the next one, we have Nightbringer. Nightbringers gain a decaying shield equal to a percent of their maximum health the first time they drop below 50%. When this shield is applied, that Nightbringer gained 35% bonus damage. Dude, I swear to God, Nightbringer, Yasuo is in every set, because I know he has a Nightbringer skin. So let's look at the champions. This one is Vladimir, followed by, I think, Sejuani. So I'm going to confirm all of these on my website by matching up the skins individually on my website, bunnymuffins.lol, so definitely look out for that later in the day today. So we have Lee Sin, Morgana. This is definitely Yasuo and Morgana. I think this is Lee Sin. I'll confirm that later. Aphelios, Diana, and last one is Darius. So Darius is going to be really cool. He's one of the featured champions of the set, him and Garen. So he's probably going to play a big role in this synergy and in this set. So in terms of these champions, we've seen Vladimir as a 1-cost before. We've seen Yasuo as a 2-cost, 1-cost, and 5-cost before, not yet as a 3-cost. So interested to see what his ability will be. Sejuani, we've only seen her as a 4-cost. She's a 3-cost now. Morgana, same story. Diana's going in as a 4-cost instead of a 1-cost from before. And then the last one, Darius, we've seen him as a 1-cost in set 1 and a 3-cost in set 4.5. And now he's a 5-cost. Very interested to see what type of ultimate he has, because again, he is the future champion of the set. Next one is Coven. At the start of each combat, the champion nearest to the center of your Coven Champions is chosen as their Coven leader, gaining 50% bonus ability power. Each time a Coven unit casts their ability, a fraction of the cost is bestowed upon the Coven leader as mana. So this ability makes me just believe it's too intricate that someone could just make this up for fun to leak. So after reading this has to be an accurate document. After reading that, it's just way too detailed. It's a pretty cool mechanic because positioning means a lot. So there's just no way this whole document is false after reading this. So in this comp, we have Lissandra as a 1-cost. We've seen that before. LeBlanc as a 2-cost and Morgana as a 3-cost. Maybe Morgana has like a triple synergy because I think this first page is their origins and then the next page we're going to go into is like their class. Next one is Hellion. Hellions gain attack speed. Whenever a Hellion dies, an imperfect doppel-Hellion of the same type will leap from the Hellion portal and join the fight. So I guess all of these have like 2 lives pretty much. I wonder if they keep items when they come back. It says imperfect, so I'm guessing they'll have less health, but like if they have the same items, that'd be pretty sick. But let's go into the champions. First one I know is Ziggs, but let me check the sheet. Next up we have Kled, Poppy, Kennen, Lulu, and Teemo. So Teemo's another key person of this set. Oh, Hell is Hellion. I was thinking of like a Hellion from StarCraft or something like that, but no one really uses this word, but it makes sense that Teemo is a one in this class. In fact, all of the Yordles are in this class. So I guess this is just the new Yordle class. It's pretty funny. So Ziggs we've seen as a 1-cost before. Kled is making his debut. Poppy as a 1-cost. We've seen that in Candyland before in set 3. Kennen as a 2-cost. That is new. Lulu as a 3. That is new. And Teemo as a 5-cost. That is new. Like, we've seen all of these champions before, but a lot of them have new costs, so probably new abilities. Next up, Dragonslayer. Is this the same as Dragonsoul? So, Dragonslayers gain bonus ability power after the first allied Dragonslayer scores a takedown on an enemy with at least 1400 maximum health each combat. all allies gain additional ability power for the remaining of combat. So this is a very, very interesting trait because it only works if you kill someone with at least 1400 health, which is pretty rare. Think about all the times we build Giant Slayer, which is a 1750 threshold. We'll have to take a close look at the stats of each champion each game in order to decide whether to go for the synergy or not, which actually is an interesting decision maker for this game. The champions are Trundle, Pantheon, Diana, and Mordekaiser. So Trundle, he's making his debut this set. Pantheon, we're going to see him as a 3 cost. We have the Diana from before and Mordekaiser as a 4 cost. I wonder if Mordekaiser's ability is going to be something like his ultimate or if it's just his grab and pull in, because he is a 4 cost, so he's going to need some extra juice because we've only seen him as a 2 cost, and all of his abilities frankly aren't that strong, so maybe they invent a whole new ability that kind of relate to what he does in League of Legends. Next up, we have Abomination. Abominations empower their creation. The monstrosity gets stronger with every champion death, gaining a % of the dying champion's maximum health. Upon reaching peak strength, or when no allied Abomination champions remain, the monstrosity will be unleashed. Is this a new cultist, but it only has 4 people, so it's kind of like a cultist light? Whatever the case, we have Callista as a 1 cost, Brand as a 2 cost, Nunu as 3, and Ryze as 4. Redeemed, just like how Riot can redeem themselves by inviting me to the set 6 preview. Redeemed have increased armor, magic resistance, and ability power. When they die, they pass this bonus split among living allied redeemed. Ooh, we got all the light people. We were looking at all the evil stuff, and I was like, dang, is it Halloween already? But now we got the good people. All right, so Aatrox, I recognize that one already. Leona, Syndra, Varus, Lux. Man, I made it so far without looking down at my little notes. Rel, Vel'Koz, and Kayle. So I am super excited about this. When the Light synergy came out in set 2, I really wanted Lightbringer Varus because I feel like the dude is known for making big last stands or something like that in his character lore because he's one of my favorite characters from League of Legends. I suck at playing him though, which is the only unfortunate thing. But they made him an Inferno unit that set, so I didn't understand why they didn't make him a Light. But they finally do that, so I am pretty excited about that. Aatrox will be seeing him for a 1 cost. He used to be a 3 and a 4 cost. Leona is probably the same champ as before. Same with Syndra, same with Varus, same with Lux. And then Rel, I've never seen before. Vel'Koz is probably going to be the same. And then Kayle as a 5 cost. Maybe that's a Kayle from set 1 where she gives invulnerability to everyone. That's going to be really cool to bring back. Next up, we have Dawnbringer. So Dawnbringers rapidly heal a percentage of their maximum health for the first time they drop below 50%. When this heal occurs, all Dawnbringers gain 10% bonus damage. So here we got Gragas, Kha'Zix, Soraka, Nidalee, Riven, Karma, and Garen. So that's where Garen fits in. Oh, he's not a redeemed, he's a Dawnbringer. Alright, that's interesting. Again, Garen, Darius, that's the theme of the set, and Teemo, those are the 3 featured champions at least. So really important to know where they fit and how to play them later in the game. So if you guys are interested in how to play set 5 when it comes out, I post a ton of guides on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be working with a lot of the top ranked players to make some of these guides, and I'm going to be walking through everything myself as well, both here on my channel and on my website. So if you are new, go ahead, like and subscribe below, and also bookmark my website, bunnymuffins.lol. But now let's get into the next one. This is the Verdant. Champions that start combat adjacent to at least 1 Verdant champion are immune to crowd control for the first 3 seconds of combat. Alright, pretty interesting. Are they going to get rid of Quicksilver Sash, or are they going to have this and Quicksilver still? So I could see some sort of Verdant build with something like a hyper carry such as Draven. You just put a Verdant champion next to Draven. I'm assuming you would put 1 in the back line, 1 in the front line, and that way pretty much all of your champions will be immune to crowd control effects. And this one is going to be Ashe as a 3 cost, Taric as a 4 cost, and Kayle as a 5 cost. I wonder what Taric's ability is going to be. We've only seen him as a 5 cost. We've seen Ashe as a 3 cost before, and Kayle we already went over before. So next up is Draconic. This is a 3 trait. Oh, they didn't have numbers for a lot of them except for these, but at the end of each player combat, gain a dragon egg on your bench. Dragon eggs hatch into demonic champions after 3 rounds. So we'll have to find out what the demonic champions actually are. 5 dragon eggs are golden. Golden eggs can hatch into rare loot. That is pretty cool too. So these champions are going to be Udyr, Set, Ashe, Zyra, and Heimerdinger. So this synergy is going to kind of be like playing Ornn in this current set. You just wait a couple turns, then you get a big bonus. So I'm guessing this synergy in terms of combat ability doesn't give anything, but once you get the bonuses, you'll be able to get a much bigger power spike and hopefully come back in your game. So Ironclad, all allies gain bonus armor. So this is a new tank class, I guess. Nautilus, Rel, and Jax. So I love how this one is just like 5 words, but some of these are like 3 full sentences. It's pretty funny. So next one up is Eternal. Kindred deploys as Lamb and Wolf separately, with each with their own abilities, gaining the effects of Kindred's items. All right, so Kindred's a legendary, and she's going to have 2 people, and that's going to be pretty cool. We haven't really seen that interaction before. We've seen Kindred as a 4 cost. I thought her ability was super cool as a 4 cost in set 1, and then we've seen her as a 3 cost with her kind of jump and big damage type of ability. But now we'll see her as a 5 cost, so I really wonder what ability they're going to bring back. Next up, we have Revenant. Revenants revive after their first death each combat. Once revived, they take 30% increased damage. So there's a lot of revive in this set. I think we have this is the 3rd synergy that revives people or brings something back. But the champions are Nocturne, Ivern, and Volibear. So with these types of synergies in place, the things that are a little less effective would be stuff like bursty things or like short-term combat tricks such as Shroud of Stillness and Zephyr, because since they come back, the fights are going to be longer. So what's going to be a little more value this set might be something like Rageblade, since it seems like the fights are going to last a pretty long time because of all the revives. That's just some of my first thoughts, but I'll try to sum everything up at the end too if I remember. So next up we have Assassins. Innate, at the start of combat, Assassins leap to the enemy backline, and Assassins' abilities can critically strike, and they gain bonus crit damage and crit chance. So it's the same thing as we had in set 4. So the Assassins are Kha'Zix as a 1 cost, LeBlanc as 2, Katarina 3, Nocturne 3, Diana 4, Viego 5. And again, we've already went through all the champions, so I'll go through this page more quickly. Ranger, they're bringing Rangers back. That's really cool. All Rangers gain attack speed for 2 seconds after every 4 seconds. So stuff like Static Shiv, Rageblade is going to be really good on Rangers. We have Vayne, Varus, Ashe, Aphelios, and Kindred. Brawlers gain additional max health, so they don't have the attack damage like they do in this current set, so it's just full tank this time. And here we have Gragas, Warwick, Set, Nunu, and Volibear. For Legionnaires gain bonus attack speed, and their first attack after casting a spell heals them for 50% of damage dealt. That's actually a pretty cool trait, I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna have some large sustains without actually needing to build sustain items. So, they have Draven for that. Holy cow, that's gonna be completely nuts. That means he doesn't have to build like Bloodthirster or like Hand of Justice, for example. I mean, I'm sure there's still gonna be great items on him, but you don't need to build it, so you could go like full damage Draven, which is gonna be nuts. But here we have Aatrox, Callista, Riven, Yasuo, Draven, Mordekaiser, and Kayle. And then after this, we have Renewer. Renewers heal for 1% of their maximum health each second. If they're full health, they restore mana instead. And here we have Lissandra, Vladimir, Soraka, Ivern, and Heimerdinger. Invoker, all allies gain mana per basic attack. And that's going to be Syndra, Ivern, Karma, and Teemo. For Knights, all allies block a flat amount of damage from all sources. This is going to be Leona, Poppy, Nautilus, Thresh, and Taric. So this is a synergy from set 1, which is really nice. I guess Invoker is kind of like Sorcerer from set 1, but Sorcerer only affected Sorcerers, and this one affects their whole team. So we have 2 really good team synergies right here. After that, we have Spellweaver. Spellweavers have increased ability power and get bonus ability power anytime a champion uses an ability, stacking up to 10 times. So these are going to be the people who cast constantly. So this is going to be Ziggs, Brand, Victor, Zyra, and Vel'Koz. So I'm assuming you want blue buff, Spear of Shojin on these champions. Skirmishers gain a shield at the start of combat and gain attack damage each second. So this is going to be Udyr, Kennen, Trundle, Lee Sin, Nidalee, Pantheon, Jax, and Viego. Mystic, all allies gain magic resist. They seem to really like this synergy. Lulu, Morgana, Lux, Ryze, and Kindred. Cavalier, Innate. Cavaliers charge quickly towards their target whenever they move. Cavaliers take reduced damage. At the start of combat and after charging, this effect is doubled for 4 seconds. So this is going to be Kled, obviously. That makes good sense. Hecarim, Sejuani, and Rel. So these are going to be like all the dashy people. I think all of these champions, they're on mounts, right? Except for Hecarim, because he just is a horse. But Sejuani's riding a boar. Kled's riding, I don't even know what it is, like a dinosaur or something like that. And then Rel is on like a horse, I think, too. Cruel champions are purchased with little legend health instead of gold. Never underestimate the hunger of a cruel champion in 1v1 combat. That's going to be Teemo, which is weird. Teemo normally is like an AoE person because he's got an AoE blind and AoE mushrooms. But they're saying he's going to be really good in 1v1, so I am very interested to see what ability he has and how it works in this kind of context. God King, so if you have exactly one God King, they deal 30% bonus damage to enemies who have at least one of their rival traits. Garen's rival traits are Forgotten, Nightbringer, Coven, Hellion, Dragonslayer, Abomination, and Revenant. Darius's rival traits are Redeemed, Dawnbringer, Verdant, Draconic, and Ironclad. So there are going to be some late games where it's like good versus evil, which I guess is the theme of the set, so it makes complete sense. But I'm assuming you could change your team around to counter certain teams. And if you go a mix of good and evil, maybe you get countered by both types of God Kings. So maybe you only want to stick to good or only stick to bad to be kind of immune to one of them. Or maybe like you just flex and play all types of traits and like just get a strong team from that. Anyways, there's a lot of different options that opens up from this little interaction, which I think is actually pretty cool. Pretty excited to find out how that works in practice. Last one we have is Caretakers. Caretakers deploy with a baby dragon that can be placed anywhere on the battlefield. Baby dragons gain 100% of their handler's attack speed and restore 50 mana to their caretaker upon death. And this champion is Heimerdinger. So what I noticed is that I did a preview video on set 5 before, taking all the hints that they had from it, and the two champions that are missing from this list are Shyvana and Aurelion Sol, so I wonder if they just decided not to include them, or if they are going to be released sometime later. But yeah, this chart, it's like if someone took the effort out of their day to make this sort of set with the same themes that Riot had, it's a little like too much work for no reward to be fake, if you get what I mean. Unless like Riot made this themselves and leaked it themselves to throw people off. That's the only thing I can think of. Like maybe some of these ideas were some of their brainstorm ideas as they were making the set. That's the only time that this could be false. That would actually be a pretty good troll, to be honest, but like kind of rude as well. But yeah, I feel zero remorse in leaking this and putting it on my channel because, again, I was not invited to the set preview. Hopefully they invite me in the future because I will not leak it if I am part of that. But I guess it's not the worst thing at the end of the day. I just wish I could play set 5 a little earlier, prepare my channel to make better content, and so I don't have to make a rush video once things come out. I could actually make a really nice professionally edited video for the actual preview. So like they invited a lot of websites and a lot of Twitch streamers, but I've heard it's like not even the most popular one. So I'm not really sure how they do this criteria of how to invite people, because I have a website as well, and I'll be honest, I don't like to brag about like views and stuff. Like I pretty much have never done that on my channel. Like I didn't even do like a 50k or 25k celebration video, for example, like that, because I don't really care too much about that. But like my website gets a ton more views than a lot of the sites that got invited that I know about. And I'm not gonna say who. I don't want to like ego on any websites, but it's like, dang, what do I got to do to get invited to the set 6 preview? Because I will not leak stuff if people tell me not to. But like they didn't say anything to me. I don't get any communication from Riot about this. But yeah, that's why I don't feel bad about it, because if someone here knows every single influencer in their particular region that got invited, like let me know. That would be pretty impressive. But like a lot of these people, I don't think a lot of people actually know about them, like a lot of the invites. And like some of the websites, I guess I gotta write an esport article once a month or something like that to make my website a journalism article. I used to do stuff like that on my channel in the past, so again, like I have no idea what the criteria is to get invited. But hopefully next time that will change. Maybe I'll try to DM someone at Riot to see how to make that happen. Because again, I want to make like a very professional, heavily edited video, but I just don't have time to do that when they release the set, and I have to make a video in the next hour once they release it. But hopefully that changes in the future. Thanks so much for all your support, guys. And again, I'm not like egoing on anyone. I like never talk about my view count. I never talk about my subscriber count in any of my videos. I do appreciate when people subscribe and view my stuff, of course, but like it's not something that I'm like counting up every single day or like bragging about on my channel, because I don't think there's a single time that I've done that on my channel. Like, but yeah, enough of that. I'm not cool enough to do that apparently. So I will be releasing a ton of guides when this set comes out. I'm going to be working with some of the rank 1 players to make some of these guides as well. I'm going to be doing all my tier lists every single Friday. So again, if any of that is of interest to you, go ahead and subscribe below. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it. And once more set 5 info comes out, I'll be releasing more and more. And so overall, my thoughts are the good and bad is actually a really nice theme, because you could play around the God Kings as I talked about just recently. There's a lot of revive in this set because a lot of the traits revive people, so maybe you don't have to build stuff like Guardian Angel, so they reduce the dependency on that. There are a lot of cool positioning tricks that you could do with like Coven and with the one that I think Verdant, where you reduce crowd control to people. And then of course the greedy trait of the set is going to be Draconic, so I'm going to definitely be playing with that a bunch. But yeah, pretty much most of the classes, they're what we've seen before. Like you got Assassins, Rangers, and Brawlers. There are some new ones, of course. Knights I'm pretty excited to see again as well. But let me know your thoughts about this new set in the comments below. Let me know if you guys think this is fake or real. And I will see you guys later.